Hi everyone, welcome to Barca Empire Podcast. My name is Elizabeth. Well, we'll talk about being an entrepreneur. Even you're just starting out or want to start a business, or you've been in business for the past few years already. Sometimes we don't talk about this, but financial stress in business is not because we don't have that much cash flow, or because we don't know what we're gonna do next, or the lack of resource. It's because we don't sometimes we lose that foundation. We don't know that there's a lot of grants, a lot of loans, but a lot of new entrepreneurs, when they come and when tax season comes, they feel overwhelmed. Like it feels messy, and when you're brand new, sometimes you get audited from the IRS. And but money doesn't have to be chaos. Basically, we need to have a financial structure. We have to have like plan A, plan B, plan C, because just in case something happens, we already know we have a backup plan. New entrepreneurs we're really not taught how works, right? Sometimes we have this brilliant idea that we want to make sure we share with everybody. We want to help people, but most of us don't think about this. I probably have heard a lot, but it's mostly how to sell, basically, how to manage them, how money comes in and somehow disappears, especially even with personal business. Your money kinds of have foot, and they just run, because sometimes you don't know where that money is going to. But before, if you're brand new and you're rebranding sometimes, because all of us entrepreneurs, we do rebranding, we offer new service, we have this huge new project coming up, and you're basically rebranding. But before you do that, new entrepreneurs or people that already have a couple of years in business, we need to focus on scaling, branding, or marketing. Those are your foundations. You need to separate money, your business money, and your personal. A lot of entrepreneurs I have spoke, they mix their business and personal. Not because they don't know, not because we're not sure exactly how it works sometimes, especially when you're a new entrepreneur. It's kind of hard to find sometimes a bank where you could open your account, because unfortunately, a lot of banks, you need a lot of cash flow. And sometimes if you're just starting out, how are you gonna put money in your account? It's like personally, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, let's say, or you just got laid off, how you gonna put money in your account? So before that, we need to have that list. Okay, separate your banks. There's a lot of accounts you could open online that you barely need so much money to put on it. So look for those accounts. I used I was one of them. At first in the beginning, I didn't know. I do taxes, yes. I know that it's gonna sound like, oh, kind of weird, but at first when you start a business, I didn't know what bank to use, because I didn't want to use my personal. So before I start everything, I did research, and I open every year I open a different account, because sometimes that account didn't work for me. That account was you had to put too much money on it, and my business was just starting back then. Right. I've been in business almost more than 6 years, more than 6 years. With Barca Business Center, it's been 4 years already, and it's my brand new business that I opened up 5 years ago, or 4 years ago, I'm sorry. And now I have my Barca Empire. So yes, you rebrand, it's like starting over again. We do new projects, so we need that funding for our business. And I saw a lot of entrepreneurs sometimes are stuck because we don't know from left to right sometimes. We get so overwhelmed of branding our brands, make our brands more visible. But we keep forgetting that little thing that's gonna hang in our heads is money. How are we gonna fund our business? How are we not gonna mix our personal business? What if we don't have a good credit? Like I talked in the last few episodes back, we need to have a good credit. Your business is like a vehicle. Like keep saying it, I'm gonna repeat it. If you don't have, you want that dream car, you need to know how to get everything in order. You need to have a good credit score for your business. Start with your net 30s. Start something with something simple. Not is one of the good that could help you open tell you what accounts you can open. Do a secure card. I tell all my clients that I don't have a good credit, but I want to get credit. Get a secure card. And one point I was like that too. Before I started my business, I didn't have good credit, but I didn't have that directions either to tell you exactly how to get a good credit. Because sometimes we don't get, nobody taught us to know about credit. They only teach us, oh, you need to have a good credit because if you want to get an apartment, you want to get a car, you want to get a house, okay, but how? But and how do we keep that good credit? And how that credit now is affecting our business now? Because unfortunately, when credit cards don't, when business, they don't know you well, they need to look in your personal. And if you got a lot of negative in your in personal, they're not gonna give you a credit card. So in planning, always you gotta understand your taxes. I see a lot of people every year coming to us with blank stares, basically. They think they're gonna get something back, but then there was something else way different than they thought. Or business owners, sometimes yes, you guys have bookkeepers, you have accounts and everything. They know your numbers. They could know your numbers, but do you really know your numbers? What do you make the whole year for business? Or are, where is that money leaking? Is you put it towards your office, your employees. So where it's basically your money is going to. It's like saying personal, where that money is going to. And if you want to separate personal and business, always make a chart. Use QuickBooks, use FreshBooks, Wave. There's a lot of them apps that you could use to manage that money. I tell my clients sometimes go old fashioned way, paper and pen, and just know exactly, write down everything, and then go to Excel and write everything. Put all the numbers, all the from January to December, and know exactly where that money is going to. Because we know our essentials are for personal, we know is mortgage, rent, cars, if you have insurance, food, subscriptions, spending, extra spending, utilities, and business is almost the same thing, except the part of subs let's say, well, basically it's the same thing actually, but the only difference is that it's not a house or mortgage, it's a rent. You rent a space every month, or you're using your house as an office, and that's also similar to your personal. But in business, you have employees, something in personal you don't have. And you have subscriptions, not like personal, like what Netflix or anything like that, right? We have Canva, we have AI now. We subscribe to AI to make it more professional. We pay a little bit more. Our website, our domain. So there's a lot in business that we have using that money towards marketing, paying people to help us grow our business, our coach, our mentors, and it's really at the end of the day, it's like once you sit down, at least an hour every an hour every 3 months, right? Come, let's do that, entrepreneurs. Every 3 months, sit down. Even you have an accounting person that helps you with the numbers, you have your own bookkeeper, whatever you have. But let's just forget that you have those people right now and sit down. Sit down first with a pen and paper. Write down your numbers, what your business is making every month, what your business is using that money towards, and your employees, paying all your subscriptions that you need to pay, your license, everything, utilities. So sit down and know that number. How much you have in profit? How much are you losing? Because by the end of every year, we need to know how much we make. Every year, when tax season comes, us as tax preparers, we don't magically know the numbers sometimes. Like we don't know your numbers. Yeah, you could tell us one thing, like, okay, exactly. Yeah, I made 20 grand the whole year. Okay. But we're not the IRS. We, if you get audit, will you have proof that you use all that money towards that business? Payroll. Like I tell all my clients, you need to have proof. Not for us, because we put the numbers and we make sure we are making things correctly. We are making sure that we don't get in trouble also. We make sure that your numbers align with everything you're telling us. Yes, we have a lot. We're taxable. As I heard one of my clients said to me, we're taxable. And meaning everything's taxable here. As a business owner, we get to tax everything, almost everything. So yeah, taxes are not our enemy, and it gets we get scared when tax season comes, especially if you're a business owner, because it comes once a year, and we have deadlines. Some of us have to do it before March, before April, because if not, we get audit. We get in trouble, we get audit, and it's a huge mess with the IRS, right? And the estimate taxes, when you're like literally, or sometimes you don't do estimate taxes, and then you're wondering why you're getting a small refund, or why you're owing so much money if you pay a lot the whole year. Basically pay a lot for your employees, but you're not taking out taxes. Remember, guys, as business owners, we're not a W-2 anymore. We don't pay we don't pay the Social Security, Medicare, everything that's taken out from your W-2. So that's why a lot of business owners, we do estimate payments, because that means for us to get at least a little bit more back at the end of the year. It's like a W-2. You guys take a small portion, because especially now, like a small portion is like make it a little bit smaller for us to see the check. So that's like a business owner also. So, and it cannot be stressful, guys. If you're new entrepreneur, or in the middle, or been thinking about starting a business, try to make sure you have dot all your I's before you jump into a business. It's it's fun, but also stressful. Your overload. Are gonna be like your phone without batteries, because basically a business owner takes a lot of time. to grow, to know everything, marketing, your business plan, your taxes, your license, office. Employees not getting to your are a little bit more down the road. I don't recommend new entrepreneurs getting employees yet, because that gets a little bit messy, especially and unprofessional. Because if you hire somebody and then you have to, unfortunately, let them go because your business is slow. So on your own first, settle down, make it everything on your own first. Yes, wear that million hats that we all wear. Everybody starts like that. And when tax season comes around, you'll know your numbers. You will know what's going on and where it is leaking, and you could put that little tape and not to leak anymore. Write down everything and then use a Excel sheet. Use QuickBooks to keep track of everything you guys do. Because remember, unfortunately, at the end of the year, the one who gets affected is us as a business owner, because we are in like in a roller coaster. It's an emotion of ups and down. And yeah, some business, even as business owner, we could have 5 to 10 years, and it feels like the first time, because there's gonna be good and bad as a business owner. We're gonna have a lot of we have to raise our prices. We have to adjust to the new situation every time. And it is stressful. And make sure you guys look for a resource, look for a mentor, coach. Like I tell my clients, I know it's not easy. And you gotta get, like I was saying in the last episode, gonna get that imposter syndrome. Like, oh, you're gonna keep doubting yourself. Like, oh, I cannot do this. What if I don't do this good? What if nobody's gonna buy from me? Oh, nobody's gonna get my service. Not everybody's gonna be a client, like I said in past few episodes. Not everyone is gonna be a client. We cannot. There's no perfect client, and if there is, I haven't found it yet. But there's gonna be clients that want your business, but you need to know your value. How valuable are you? Because if you lower your prices, then basically you're working for free, basically, because you're working extra hours and extra things, making sure that clients really happy. Out of what? Out of what? How much is gonna? Let's say your business is like your service is for, exaggerating, $500, and you tell your clients like $200. Really? That's a huge gap. Now I'm saying that go overcharging clients, but I'm like, it's a huge gap. You need to know your value. You cannot lower your prices. Because remember, you lower one for one client, you have to lower for everybody else. And then that's how business goes down. That's why a lot of bigger business are still there, because they don't lower the prices. Only if it's a special, yes. But you guys need to prioritize yourself. Don't stress yourself out. Make sure everything, just plan everything. It will not go according to your planning. Yes, of course not. Everything we do, we plan, it doesn't go our way. That's fine. There's gonna be ups and downs, like I said. You have to separate everything, your personal and your business. You had to know how that business is gonna survive, because I heard a lot of business don't survive after 5 years. If you are one of those entrepreneurs that survive more than 5 years, really, really proud, because it's not easy. It doesn't get easy, because every year you're changing. Every year everything changes. You have to adapt yourself to those changes. Your business is adaptable. That's one thing you need to know. Is your business adaptable? Means if the economy goes down, will your business will suffer. If you get sick, will your business will suffer. If you don't have that much cash flow, will you suffer? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. Think like a CEO and stop doing that business as a hobby. No, no more hobbies anymore. No more hobbies. Think like a CEO and you will see the changes as a CEO. We need to take charge of business and make our business fun. Don't make it like a job, 9 to 5 job. Make it like fun. Make it a system that makes it work. It makes it like, oh, I'm dreading to do this. It's your dream to be an entrepreneur. Yes, it gets lonely. Yes, it gets like just want to start screaming like I want to quit. But no, no, we don't quit. We go and check your balance, check what's going on, why it's not working. Don't create new projects, guys. Don't create new business. I keep adding service. No, people get confused. As I walk into a store without a front door, or once you're inside, there's no signs. There's too much stuff. It's too much clutter. So make sure you're really multi-service is way a little different, but we learn how to package everything in one. But get everybody's gonna is gonna know you little by little. Your business is gonna flourish and you are gonna be visible. Everybody's gonna know you. Even when they start Googling your business, they will know what business that you pop everywhere. Okay. And don't forget to do Google My Business also. Ask for reviews. Ask your clients to do a testimonial. Do a writing. Make a small video of them and ask them permission if they could give you a video testimonial. I do that to most of my clients. They just write down everything because I was saying the more you get reviews, the more your business will be more visible. If a client was really, really satisfied with your service, let them know. Tell them, oh, I need a review. Can you do it? Do referrals. Do referrals. Like if you refer me to this person, I'll give you and gift card, anything simple. Don't go that big, right? So, but that person has to do that service for you. For you. That's one thing. If they're gonna do a referral, if that person doesn't stay with you and stay the whole process, then no, then that's not how it works. So just try to make sure, be clear in your referrals, and you'll see your business will grow. Your business will grow. All right, guys. All right, my new entrepreneurs, my not so new entrepreneurs. I'll see you soon. And we're going to talk more about how entrepreneurs' life are basically. So say subscribe, like, share. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.